Welcome, gardening comrades. What had happened was, I called my neighbor taking these flowers to the dumpster. Like, wait, what? So yeah, you know what I'm finna do. Deadhead these and put them in a bigger pot. Okay, these is red. I ain't never had the red ones. I had the purple ones, and my orange ones turned yellow for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. Let me go over here and see if I can see them real quick. Now, where did I put those mums? That's interesting. Because I know they're here somewhere. Well, imagine that. They must be hiding or something. Or either I got them covered up so good to where I'm not seeing them. Seriously. But into who? I know they're here, y'all. Okay, that's gonna get on my nerves, but yeah. I got some somewhere in there. That's where they at. But yeah, let me deadhead these and get them back to growing. So after deadheading these mums, look at all the buds that are underneath there. So I'm gonna finish deadheading, getting rid of these to expose those and give it some water, because I don't want to send it in too much shock, but I'm gonna deadhead it all the way and give it some water. I'm not gonna transplant it today. Losing daylight out here, so I'm gonna call it an evening until tomorrow. There are a lot of buds on here, so what I'm going to do is water it until tomorrow. Not watering that one till I deadhead it, and I might even go ahead and transplant them. But anywho, we are done with these for the day. Yeah, so the reason I couldn't find my mums is because I've already deadheaded them. And there they are, over there in the corner. So I'm not crazy. I know I had some mums. I'm letting them soak overnight. And I'll be putting them in a bigger container. Not very much bigger, but that's the best I can do for both of these because they have bottoms. So I don't have to be bothered with the saucer or loose saucer. So yeah, they fit. And plus, once I up pot it, it'll be smaller. Let's grow with the moms, y'all. So as I'm finishing deadheading my mums here, or should I say my newly found mums, I noticed my purple sprouting broccoli is getting new leaves, and broccoli is forming again. So what I've learned about this purple sprouting broccoli is the leaves should be like this at all times. Yeah, and look under there. So if they're not looking like this and they're curled up like this, you for sure, or should I say, I know for sure there are bugs inside of that leaf. So I'll be spraying it again today. And what have I been using? The only thing I have right now is my tea tree oil and soap. So that's what I've been using, and I can't eyeball it no more because, yeah, too strong of a spray does that. But it does get rid of them good bugs. That's what it do. So I'm finna hit this with the spray one more again and finish potting up my mums here, and I'll be done. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so what had happened was I found a bigger pot to put my mum in, so that's what I did because it looked like it was struggling. I want to put a new one on that one too, but it's gonna have to do.
A few moments later.
Yeah, so looking at my bushes and where I could possibly trim them, and I'm noticing they're putting on a lot of new growth down here at the base. But I'm taking all of this off the top for sure, and those buds never did anything. So yeah, it was way far gone than what I thought, and I just didn't want to see it go to the dumpster. Well, okay, so now I'm confused as to where I'm gonna cut it, because this just came off of the side. Let me get to work. I know exactly where I'm cutting this. All the way down here. And I see no growth, so let me see if I can get this out the way. Yeah, so all the way down to the soil for this one. Let me get the cutting. Or should I say, let me get the pruning. I'm out. Now that I got my mom's pretty much clean and I can see the new growth, I was gonna just chop it all the way, but nah, not this time. We're gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna treat it because it's got aphids. That's what those little black dots are. So I'm gonna give them some soap and water it real good, and I'm done with you. I decided while it's warm out here and I've cleaned up one mom, while I'm cleaning up this one, I'm going to put it in a new container, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to go ahead on and put them in this since it's already yeah, this thing is finished. I don't know what this stuff is, but I ain't tripping. Yeah, so I know these were annual flowers. Can't even think of what they were right now, but yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna be using this pot. Marigolds, I know those were. And let's grow with this good plant party. Let's grow. Yeah, so every season I learn something new about these mums. I'm out here pruning them back because yeah, this is one of my rescues right here that I rescued from the dumpster over there, and this one too. This one has been growing for 2 seasons, and what I've noticed is it's coming back from the bottom better, or should I say the root area better than it did last season, because last season when I came in here and I pruned it, I just came in and basically cut like this all the way across, and I did not leave any stem, nothing. I said that to say this. Over here, this one's a lot bigger, and there's a lot more wood to work with down there, stem or whatever you want to call it. And as I'm cleaning it up, I can tell where I should be cutting. This stem is not coming back. It's totally brown all the way down to the bottom. So that's how I've been going about pruning. I follow it all the way down to the bottom and I cut it. And there's another one. Follow it all the way down to the bottom and cut it. Pretty much this has been the routine all the way every time I find a brown stem like this. So that's what I've been doing, halfway there, along with removing the dead leaves. Once I'm done, I did have a pot ready for it, but I don't know if I want to transplant it now because it's looking a lot better and it's cold out here, so yeah. I might put it in there anyway, or at least this one, because this pot is stupid to me. But anywho, let me get back to my plant party until it's complete. So yeah, this is what I've been learning about these mums, and I don't think that's going to produce a flower. Come on now, focus with me. Yeah, because the tips are dry, so I'm going to be removing those. And usually I take it from the whole stem there, head, leaves, and that. Why? Because nothing else is coming out of there once those flowers come off. I did leave a couple that looked like they were strong, but now that I'm looking at them, I might go ahead on and remove these too. But we'll see as it goes along. But I know for sure that if it's bent over like this, it's not coming back. So yeah, I'll take the whole thing off. Alrighty then, let's grow with this good mums. Yeah, so as I'm winding down, show you one more piece. The branches that are hanging out over the edge, they don't have dead all the way to the end, so I cut them where the deadness stops. In other words, this is dead, this is dead, but this is not. So I cut below, well, I cut below the dead part here. Yeah, and that's how that goes. Because if it's not, and then there's a bud. So I'll cut above the bud. Like that. And so on and so forth. So yeah. Well, let me try it again. Because I've seen a good example of a bud. Okay, and here we grow, all cleaned up from head to root. Know that. So let's get her in the pot. And I'll be done for the day. I'm losing daylight out here. So what I decided to do is take these mums and put them in this pot because I just really don't like that pot, and I'm probably going to be throwing it out, and I'm just going to leave these in there till a later date. Let them recuperate from that big pruning that I just did on them. Let's grow. Plant party! Okay, so I managed to get it out of that raggedy pot that I don't like. But anywho, my mom's. I got roots at the bottom. And I snapped a couple of stems once again while I was trying to get it out of that container. But I got enough that I can pot it up in here. So what I'm going to do is make it smaller because I don't need all of that. But then again, why not? It's together, so I'm not gonna separate it. We're just gonna plant it in this container. Well. So, let me backfill with the soil that came out of here, and I'll be done. Working with one hand here. Well, I'm almost done here. Let's see if I can get it off. So, all I gotta do is water it in now. And I didn't get all the soil back in there, but that's okay. Uh-oh. Almost got it. Close enough. And I need something on the top of that. Well, we're gonna use what I chopped off of it. How about that? Yep, that'll work. It'll work for me. 'Cause I'm just trying to cover it up and keep it warm. Alright. Let's grow, moms. Let's grow. I'll deal with you tomorrow. G-Mama grows hard in the garden. This is a mum that I'm working on. It's a rescue from the dumpster, and this has got to be the hardest rescue I have ever encountered. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you how it started when I got it, but it's very stressed out, but it still is pushing out a lot of new growth. And it's hard for me to decipher where to cut it because it's totally brown, but at the same time I can see the green coming out of the stalks there. So what I'm doing is just cleaning up the dead parts that I could see and opening it up so it can breathe a little better because I couldn't get in there. And now that I've been doing that, I noticed that there is new growth coming from the bottom there. Like, yeah, a lot of it. So, I'm just going to continue on and see how this grows. I'm losing daylight, so I might have to wait till tomorrow. I don't know. Let's grow. Finally, I am finished with this plant party. And she only opened up on one side because apparently that was the only side that it was stressed on. Everything else is good to grow. Okay, well that one looks like it's suspect, so let me get it right quick. How I can tell is because of the darkness, and there's no green points like the others have green points. This one does not. And that one is suspect also. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this one because it's dead from here, and I know this flower is not gonna produce anything, so I can go all the way down to the base and take that off. So that's how that works. And this plant party is complete. Here are my mums that I rescued from the dumpster and cleaned them up. Yep, it's a couple of buds on there. They made it through the chop some kind of way. They didn't get cut off, so I left them. So, I think I'm pretty comfortable now with these mums. And I'm going to leave them out for a while. And then I'll come back and put them underneath the cover before it gets cold. And I forgot to add this one. This is a mum also that I transplanted. You look like you're struggling, so we're gonna just pinch you off. Yeah, this was the mum that I was looking for, and I had already deadheaded it. I wanted to add it to this pot, but it would have been too much because I thought I was gonna have to break that one down, but I didn't. So I'm happy to see new growth coming from there too. So I got 3 pots of mums. All mums. I'm gonna see what I can put in this one. Maybe, I don't know, I might just leave it with just the mums because yeah, I got 3 pots of them. Woohoo! Let's grow.